Sadhvi Om Swamiji, like, you spoke of his 15,000 hours that he spent in sadhana and meditation, and that he also, you beautifully explained what he is. And obviously, all of this is centered around sadhana and mantra chanting. So, can you talk about, a lot of people meditate? I mean, these days the terms like, oh, I meditated, or I meditate, or I'm spiritual. These are terms that are very, bandied about very, very casually these days. I even hear a lot of people, especially Westerners, coming in saying that, oh, I'm a yogi, I'm a yogini. So a lot of terms are just being used very, very casually. So can you talk about his practice of sadhana and mantra chanting, and what it really means, and how he wants to disseminate or kind of spread this as a practice among people through his sadhana app?
So the first thing that Swamiji always says is that, any practice that makes you a kinder person, a better and a happier person, then you should just do that. So just because sadhana is what he has done, you don't really have to do that. There is no cookie cutter method, he says. But it's also a fact that our Vedic way of worship that has been there for thousands and thousands of years, that Vedic ideology is, on the brink of extinction, not in a few thousand years, but in just a matter of few hundred years. For example, in a Sikh household, their children they may not know the entire scripture, but they will know at least half of the scripture. Same in a Muslim household. But in a Hindu household, the children really don't know much, and it's a sad fact. So Sanatana Dharma is actually shrinking.
I agree.
It's actually shrinking, and that's what made him want to revive the glory of the Vedas. And he attributes his success in the material and the spiritual world to invoking the mantras, a life of extreme hard work and discipline. And he has benefited immensely from them. And let me give you a little, it's like mantra chanting is as scientific as it gets. What happens is that when you are repeatedly focusing on the sonic energy of a mantra or the form of your beloved deity, that repeated focus, it helps you develop a pristine clarity. And a pristine clarity. Clarity of consciousness. And there is an expansion of consciousness which allows you to live a more meaningful life. So Swamiji's own experience of sadhana for over 3 decades, and his mastery of software and the information technology allowed him to seamlessly integrate and replicate the land of Siddhashrama, mystical land, where the sages and seers of the yore used to meditate and perform fire offerings. And so all of that is created because from small cities to big cities, there are people. It's like earlier days you used to have gurukuls. Today, no one has the time. They may want to learn something or do something, but they don't know how. And there is no point in performing Vedic worship if you don't do it in the right way. Bhakti is fine, but there is a process to it. So he just wanted to create something absolutely free, and his entire income of the last few years, everything that he had done, he funneled it to build this app, which is 100% free.
Wow.
And you can do abhishekams, online abhishekams, and you can do yagyas and daily worship and japa and sadhana. And so they're starting temples. And the best part is that he believes that, where is the saying that if you pay peanuts, you only get monkeys? So he always believes in hiring professionals. So you've got some of the most award-winning artists from around the world. I think until last year, I didn't know a single country, but I used to joke a little saying that Swamiji's again become like an employer, because he had so many artists working in so many different countries in so many different time zones, and that he was handling so many. And if you have a look at the Sadhana app, it's available in Hindi and English both on Google and App Store. You will see the stunning visuals and the 3D and the 2D scenes that once you're there, last week, because during the Navratras, I was also performing the Gayatri Sadhana, and it takes your breath away.
I've seen the trailer, Sadhvi. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Is this something that you can download on your, I mean, if I have an Android phone, for example, can I find it on the apps, Play Store or something?
Yes, anyone with a smartphone. It's both for Android and iOS.
Look for Sadhana app and you get it.
If you just type Sadhana app and you'll get it on app.
So basically, like for example, if let's say I want to do the Rudrabhishekam, let's say, first of all, I want to know, can a woman do it by herself without the aid of a priest? And can I do it through the app, and will it have the same effect, same benefits?
Yes, it'll have the same benefit. And you know, how will you know? What is my benchmark of knowing whether when I offer my prayer to Bhagwan every day, whether it has reached him, whether Mother Divine has heard my prayer? It's very simple. I just have that feeling of peace and a little bit of sweet silence in my heart.
A what?
A sweet silence. There is no conversation. No one's telling you that, okay, we've heard you. You just know. You feel that joy in your heart, and your prayer has reached. So when you perform the Rudrabhishekam on the Sadhana app, Lord Shiva's beautiful there, and all the temple exteriors you can choose from. You can alternate, you can change.
Wow.
And in Swamiji's voice, all the mantras is there in his, yes, it's in his mellifluous voice, and it's fully guided. You don't need anybody. You just need to do that. And I think only in our world there is this distinction with whether a woman or a man can do it. I mean, we are just simply, you know, when you die, it's just a body. You're dead.
Right. So that doesn't make a difference at all.
Not to the divine.
Not to the divine. Correct.
We don't know what we have been in our previous lives, you know.
True. True.
Siddhashrama, the mystical hidden land of balance and harmony. Awakened and powerful sages of the yore lived in this divine region. Their chants resonating throughout the Himalayas brought untold peace upon humanity. Gods and creatures of the wild thrived and roamed about freely. And then the Dark Age descended, bringing with it war, diseases, and immorality. Forced by external invasions and sins, we abandoned our culture and became soulless slaves to machines and materialism, blindly slogging away to build this prison of madness. Not anymore. I invite you to experience the ancient world of Vedic glory. The sacred land of Siddhashrama awaits you once again. Be guided by the Vedas, awaken the mantra of your choice, and start your spiritual journey. Chant mantras, anoint the deities, do fire offerings to reach the highest summit of consciousness. I'll be waiting for you. Come, let's go back to our roots and do sadhana.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. धन्यवाद. Namaskar.